Dr. Bogman, DDS. I will make a video today about, welcome of course, I will make a video today about root canal fillings. That is a quite difficult discipline for the dentist and something that usually scares most people for the reason of the price perhaps and the discomfort. I will share some from my experience, and what I have seen many times in my career is that people, they have problems with the root canal filling for years and years and years, and when you ask them about the whole history in this particular root canal filling, they will sometimes tell you that it was never really good. It was never really completely free of symptoms. And it is very important, at least that's what I attended, that you rinse and keep on working with this particular root canal or these root canals and to find out what is actually wrong. A lot of people use antibiotic, which is definitely wrong. It is a symptom treatment and it's not really dealing with the root cause. So you have to keep on working and establish a complete freedom from symptoms before you make a root canal filling. This I heard a lot of times that hadn't been, but of course again it was the patient's claim, and I didn't speak to the dentist, which leads me to the next point. If a dentist attempts to convince you that you must have a root canal filling even if the tooth is not symptom free, as usual, make sure this is put in the journal, and make sure the journal is signed and approved, signed by the dentist and approved by you, so that you have documentation. Whatever the tooth is not interesting in a twist between in a court of law, for instance, right? But you can prove it, however. And he will write in a journal, or not write in a journal. He may not write that the tooth was not symptom free, because that would kind of make him guilty in a situation where you need to, have a fight about it, if you like. So make sure it's in a journal. If as today is mostly digital journals, and you make sure that he has signed it, or at least you get a copy of this particular page or the whole journal, and make him sign that in physically. Because otherwise he might write down and change it later, and it's just your word against his, no proof. So make sure it's in the journal. Make sure you have this journal signed. And it may not be pleasant, but again, if he doesn't freely want to write this in a journal, or if he doesn't want to wait and he insists that you have a root canal filling, then he must believe in his treatment, and there should not be a problem for him to stand by his treatment. But I suggest strongly that you have complete freedom from symptoms before you have the root canal finished, and before you pay anything, of course. Then I've heard on the internet, I read somewhere that some people claim that they have proof that root canal fillings are damaging to you, that they should create chronic inflammation. I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm saying that he didn't have science to back it up. He had what you call anecdotal, whatever he has experienced. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I'm not saying that, but what you do with the root canal filling when you wait for symptom freedom, it is that you remove all the cardinal symptoms of inflammation. That means there can be no swelling, there can be no redness in the area, there can be no pain, no heat, no smell, nothing coming out of the canal, what you call expectorate in Danish, at least in Latin, Danish. So you have to make sure that all these symptoms have disappeared. Nothing coming out of the canals, not fluid, not blood, no smell, nothing can come out of there, and no pain, of course. Not even if you. Sometimes you tap on top of the tooth, that's a good way. And then people say, but it's not that painful. Then you tap on another tooth, and that's not painful at all, they say. That's the little trick you play on people. And if it is painful, or if it causes discomfort in any way and it's different from the tooth in the other side, the similar tooth, well, then you probably shouldn't root canal, fill it and finish it. So, absolute symptom freedom. Make sure it's documented in the journal, because that is the only documentation you have, unless you wear a little camera. That brings me to say that all in all, I believe that we need a lot more hardcore science in dentistry. There's a lot of these things that are approved or proven by years of use and expert evaluation, but that's not good enough. We all have experiences that we believe in, because that's what we have seen and heard, and then sometimes you are actually a little bit confused when you hear that science cannot prove it. Science is when you take things out of your clinic and use it on a public. I mean, and you should be based on science if you are, in fact, in anything actually, because it's one of the ways you can avoid bias, as I'm talking so much about here. Again, if you have a discussion like this with your dentist and he seems unwilling to sign and stand by his treatment, you can always connect to the second opinion dentist, -101 of course. And maybe eventually we can build this bigger, and more people, more dentists with the right attitude can become second opinion dentists. I don't know the future. But right now I'm doing this to make sure that you can stand up to the experts, which I explained in another video, that it's not easy to become an expert, but you can use the expertise of, at least of me, and in the capacity of being a second opinion dentist. And I'm trying and I'm thinking about building this out with more dentists worldwide, because I'm sure that there is a big need for people to be able to stand up to experts and get dressed up to do this. So that's, again, as I said several times, the main purpose for me to do this. But make sure that you feel good about your decision. Make sure you don't feel run over by a dentist or a doctor or a lawyer or anybody. Then you should try to obtain a second opinion. I think that'll be it for today. A small video about the horrors of root canal filling. See you soon. Bye.